Suppose one of you has 100 sheep and loses one of them. Doesn't he leave the 99 in the open country and go after the lost sheep until he finds it? And when he finds it, he joyfully puts it on his shoulders and go home. Then he calls his friends and neighbors together and says, "Rejoice with me, I have found my lost sheep." Greeting, guys, it is me here again with a message of the kingdom of heaven. I've been looking at these parables, and I don't know, it proves how dumb I am, because I am trying to explain something to people because I want them to understand where this message of the kingdom of heaven came or how it came about. And I'm trying and I'm trying and I'm trying, and when I read Jesus' parable and I'm like, damn, this guy in 3 sentences, he just finishes the story in 3 sentences, yet you have to invite me for 20 days in your house in order for me to make you understand where this message of the kingdom of heaven came about. You understand? Nevertheless, guys, it is important to understand that Jesus came down here on earth, guys, for us to learn from him. So do not feel ashamed to learn from him. Guys, I squeeze knowledge from that guy. I squeeze wisdom. Guys, I love people with wisdom. I love, that is why I keep saying that I love Paul. Guys, Paul was wise, but hey, there was also this guy who was wise, John. Guys, John, the writer of the book of the Gospel of John and the book of Revelations. He is the guy who said, Jesus, in the beginning was the Word was God, the Word was with God. It was John who caught that revelation. Hey, guys, John is so wise. I love the Gospel of John because I get so much from his wisdom. So much. I keep repeating, reading this Gospel of John, keep repeating, because I get so much. I become so wise because I realize that I'm dumb. The short of the matter here is that I'm dumb. So I have to make sure that I get these wise guys, And Paul, Paul, I read his epistles, particularly the letter to the Romans. It's so packed. The guy poured out all his wisdom. I'm telling you. So I sit and I'm like, I'm going to have to learn from these guys, because I need wisdom, guys. I'm hungry, guys. Guys, I can't even explain. There is this song that says, I'm hungry. I don't need no peanut butter and jelly, but I just need the word of God, guys. That song right now just explains, it just describes, what is happening to me. I am so hungry, guys. I am so hungry. I need the word of God. I just can't find it anywhere. And this saddens me. And I really want Jesus to come back now because I want him to preach. I want him to speak to my soul. You understand? So I try to squeeze as much from him and get as much from him. I look at Nicodemus, he goes to Jesus at night secretly and he's trying to squeeze so much wisdom from him. And I'm like, damn, Nicodemus, I understand you, dude. I really, really do understand you guys. I'm also like that. I just want so much from these guys. They are so wise. Nevertheless, guys, actually, I was saying that we have to squeeze in as much from Jesus, guys. We have to squeeze in as much from Jesus, guys. He doesn't mind. He came here on earth for that because he realized that whatever we were learning here on earth is wrong. Whatever, guys, we were learning here on earth comes from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you go to the teachings, I think it's I can't remember with my dementia, but I think it's lesson 2 of phase 1, where we speak about the fall of man and its effects, how they fell. And this tree of good and evil, you understand? Actually, that was the test that Adam was, Daddy gave Adam that test. He wanted to test him. You understand? He gave him a command, then he tested him. He placed that tree there. Guys, most of the time we think that Daddy will just sit there in heaven and grab a piece of paper and a pen and write a question and says, who was Jesus's mother when he came down there on earth? And then he would open the sky and throw the paper down, and then we will pick it up and we will respond, Mary. You understand? And then we will throw it back, and then he will mark and say, wow, you passed. It doesn't work like that. With Daddy, guys, he gives you the real test. He puts you through real test, real one. Real one. He doesn't play games. You understand? If it means a person must die, a person will die. You know, there was this guy from the Book of Kings. We're not quoting because I'm just telling you that I'm just sharing with you what happened with this prophet. Daddy gave him an instruction. I can't remember whether it was chapter 15. So from the Book of Kings, though, this guy, Daddy instructed him that, listen, do not eat wherever you are going, and do not come back the same way you left. And the prophet went, and on his way, he met up with another prophet who said, eat. God says you must eat. The prophet said, no, but God said I shouldn't eat. And the other prophet said, no, he now said you must eat. You know, why? He was being tested. Guys, whenever Daddy gives you an instruction, believe me when I tell you this, been there, done that, been there, I'm telling you, whenever he gives you an instruction, he will test it. He will test it to find out if it did go through your soul. You understand? So Adam, this tree was put there because he was given a command not to eat from this tree. So this tree was put there. It was the knowledge of good and evil, the knowledge that we are learning here on earth. Everything we learn here on earth, guys, come from that tree. And if Adam had disobeyed Satan, if Adam had obeyed God and disobeyed Satan's command, he would have hurled Satan further down to hell. At that time, guys, at that moment, you understand? So when he disobeyed, he was allowing Satan here on earth. And when he did that, guys, I mean, Adam died spiritually, and we all learn from the knowledge of good and evil that Daddy did not want us to learn from. You understand? So Jesus came and said, they lost the kingdom right there in the beginning. So I'm coming down here with this knowledge, or with this message of the kingdom of heaven, and I'm giving them the blood, but I'm giving them teachings because I want them to squeeze as much from me. Guys, I squeeze from that dude. I tell him, dude, I'm going to squeeze from you. You know, he knows it. You know, guys, I'm pretty sure, you know, I look at I'm trying to deviate there a bit. I talk too much. Anyway, you know, Peter. Guys, you know Peter. I love Peter. Peter was dumbish. I don't know whether it was dumbish like me, but Peter was dumbish, you know. The guy loved Jesus, guys. We cannot dispute that, guys. I can't dispute that. The guy loved Jesus. You know, even after Jesus, before Jesus left to heaven, he calls him Peter. Do you love me more than these others? You know, because Jesus knew that Peter loved him, but the guy was dumbish. I don't know whether it was dumbish like me, but it was dumbish. You know, he is the guy who, when Jesus was washing their feet, and Jesus, you know, he starts with the other disciples. The other disciples keep quiet and he's shocked. The Lord, the teacher, the master, he's washing my feet, but he's quiet. So when he gets to Peter, Peter is, what, Lord? You're washing my feet? You're not going to wash my feet. And Jesus says, if I don't wash your feet, you're not going to be my disciple anymore. Do you know what Peter said? He said, oh, no, wash everything, wash my body, wash. And you know, I'm pretty sure Jesus laughed. And Peter, you know, and also there was this time, there was this blind dude in the Gospel of John. And Peter goes to Jesus and he asks him, Lord, who sinned that this fellow is blind? Was it his parents or it's him? I mean, guys, this guy was born blind. How can he sin there in sin? Yes, we were born in sin because of Adam, but he didn't sin by, guys, Peter. Peter, guys. Hey, yo. You know, if you read the Gospel of Matthew 15, Peter, that the Pharisees had gone to Jesus and was saying that his disciples are eating without washing their hands and stuff, and Jesus was opposing them, saying, no, there's nothing wrong with that. You are obeying the laws of men at the expense of God's laws. You understand? And he called them hypocrites, you know. So after they left, they said that, do you know that these Pharisees were offended? They were telling Jesus, and Jesus was like, oh, I don't care, I don't mind. Jesus didn't care. Nevertheless, Peter comes and he's asking Jesus, what did he mean by that? And Jesus was like, are you still so dumb? You know, Peter was so dumb like me, you know. But me, we see the problem with me. I'll tell you what is right with me. I am dumb, but I realized that I'm dumb. And I want Jesus. I want to learn from Jesus, you know. And I tell him, dude, I'm going to learn because I'm dumb. It won't help me to learn from a dumb person. I realize that Jesus is wise. I realize that he gave Paul wisdom. I realize that he gave John wisdom. So I'm learning so much from them, Anyway, let's move on from that. I was just diverting a bit. So Jesus here is actually explaining this parable, about a lost sheep. He used the lost sheep because remember we were speaking about the seed. That here on earth there are two seeds. There are sheep seed and there are wolf seed. In fact, if you go to Genesis, I think it's Genesis 3, where Daddy speaks to Satan and he says, seed will defeat you. You understand? He says that my seed will fight with your seed, meaning the sheep will fight against your wolf seed. You understand? Nevertheless, all of us became spiritually dead after Adam did his miracles, of disobeying. You see that guy. So Jesus here is giving us this parable. He says that when a person gets saved, guys, when a person repents, there is so much joy in heaven. There is so much joy in heaven. And he's making an example. He says that if you lose one sheep and you've got 100, but you lose just one, he says you will be so happy forgetting that just one. Forgetting that just one. Parents, I'm sure they understand this. You've got 5 children. You love them all the same, right? But if you lose one, I can't come to you and say, oh, well, you know what? Because you've got 5, at least now you left with 4, I mean, you shouldn't be this sad. No, you love them equally. You might show them love differently because their needs are not the same. So it's the same thing. That is saying, I've got 100 sheep, but I lost one and I want that one. Guys, I want us to stop here because we are already going to 10 minutes. I don't want to go beyond 10 minutes, and then we'll continue.